Everyone, today we are going to discuss about parasitology. So, what is parasitology? Study of parasite is called parasitology. Okay. Today we are going to discuss parasitology. What is parasite? Parasite are the organism which depends on other organism is called host. Okay. So parasite is depending on other organism. Parasite is not free living. Some parasite are free living, but all parasite are not free living. Okay, it depends upon other organism. Okay, so parasite is an organism that live on inside or outside another organism. Okay, so it is parasitology. So definition of parasitology is parasite is an organism which depends on another organism. It's called parasite. Okay. For there are nourishment, growth, multiplication, survival. Parasite can be classified into different types based on their parameter, such their habitat, their dependent, and the host specificity and digit. Parasites are divided into two types. On the habitat, on the basis of habitat, parasites are divided into two types. Okay, ectoparasite and endoparasite. Ectoparasite, parasite. What is ectoparasite? An organism that lives on another organism. Okay, parasite that lives on outer surface of host, usually attached to the skin, feather, hair. So ectoparasite lives outside of their host, not inside of their host. Okay. Endoparasite lives inside of their host, not ectoparasite are lives outside of their host. Okay. Example of ectoparasite are ticks, mites. It is endoparasite, the parasite that live inside the body of their host. Okay, we know parasite are live inside of their host. So some parasite lives outside of their host and other parasite lives inside of their host. Okay, so which parasite lives inside of their host? Ticks, mites. Endoparasite are Entamoeba histolytica, Ascaris lumbricol. These are endoparasite. It lives inside of their host, not outside. Okay. So there are many examples of parasite: malaria, hookworm, ringworm. These are all parasite. Okay. Here we can see some parasite, type of endoparasite, definition and example. So these are some in endoparasite. Endoparasite are divided into four types. Intracellular endoparasite. Okay, intercellular endoparasite. Incidental or accidental parasite. Okay, parasitic and aberrant parasite. These are type of endoparasite, not ectoparasite. These parasites are lives inside of our body. Okay. So first we can see intracellular parasite. Intracellular means this parasite lives inside of our cell. Which cell? It can be our RBC. Okay. There are many cells present in our body. Okay. Some example of intraparasite is Plasmodium. Plasmodium is called intraparasite because this life cycle takes place in the RBC of our body. Okay. Malaria is intraparasite. Intracellular parasite, they are found in between the cell or in the cavity lumen of different organism or host. These parasites are found in the cell, in between the cell. Okay, in between the cell. So these parasite example are Trypanosoma, Fasciola. Incidental or accidental parasite, they are found in a host in which they usually do not live. Okay, Ascaris, Sieve. Okay, these are some example of endoparasite. These parasite are lives inside our body, not outside. Okay, here we can see some pictures of parasite. Now we can going to see the different type of host. Okay, host dependence. According to they are dependent on host, parasite are eligible either obligate parasite or facilitative parasite. Okay. On the host dependence, parasite are divided into two types. Okay. First, we are going to study obligate parasite, and secondly, we are going to study facilitate parasite. What is obligate parasite? Obligate parasite refers to ability to live under the more than one specific environment. Okay, these parasites are live more than one specific environment. These parasites are called obligate parasite. Okay, so their host is not one. Obligate parasite host is not one. It is more than one. Okay, it is more than one. Okay, this is called facilitated parasites. Okay, sorry. Okay, some mistake. We are going to study obligate parasite. Okay, obligate parasite host is one. It is permanent, not many host. But facilitative parasite is one host. Okay, obligate parasite have more than one host. Okay, obligate parasite is one host, but facilitative parasite is more than one host. Okay, it is temporary. We can see it is temporary parasite. So, which parasite is live more than one host? This is called facilitated parasite. That parasite who is living in one host, only one host, live in one host. This is called obligate parasite. Okay, so we can see this theory. They are also referred to as permanent parasite. Permanent means their host is one, not many. Okay, obligate parasite host is one, not many host. So they are called permanent parasite, and they depend completely on the host of metabolism, and they cannot outside the host. They are completely adapted to the parasitic life. Okay, so we can see obligate parasite host is one, not many host. Okay, not many host. You can see plasmodium. Plasmodium lives in only human, not other host. Okay, but facilitated parasite, they also refer to as temporary parasite, as they are capable of independent existence. So facilitated parasite refers to ability to live under more than one specific environment. Okay, facilitated parasite refers to ability to live under more than one specific environment, not single environment. But we can see obligate parasite ability to restrict, perform only one host, not many hosts. Okay, not many hosts, only one host. And facilitated parasite, we can say this parasite can change their host frequently. This parasite can change their host frequently, but obligate parasite, they are not change their host frequently. Okay, facilitated parasite able to both free living and parasitic life. They are both live free living and parasitic life, but they are only parasitic life. Live inside the only one host, not many hosts. Okay, these are some difference between obligate parasite and which parasite? Facilitated parasite. Okay, Then we can see degree of pathogenicity caused by some parasite. Some parasite are can cause disease and some parasite are may not cause disease. Okay, on the basis of pathogenesis, parasite can be divided into three types. Firstly, we can see the pathogenic parasite. Secondly, opportunistic parasite. Third, we can see non-pathogenic parasite. Okay, these are some classification on the degree of pathogenesis. Parasite can be classified into which type? Three types. Okay, firstly, pathogenic parasite, opportunistic parasite, and thirdly, we can see non-pathogenic parasite. What is pathogenic? What is parasite? Parasite means an organism that lives in another organism. Okay, an organism which lives in another organism is called parasite. What is pathogenic? What is pathogen? A pathogen is an agent that causes a disease to its host. Okay. Pathogenic means it can cause disease to its host. Okay. One host and pathogen is cause disease to its host. This is called pathogenic. Some parasites are pathogenic. These parasites are maybe Entamoeba histolytica, which causes amoebic dysentery, malaria. This is cause malaria. Some plasmodium species which can cause malaria to its host. So some parasites are pathogenic to its host. These parasites are called pathogenic parasite. These parasites are pathogenic, can cause disease to its host. It may result is death. So it can result is host death. Okay. These are example of pathogenic parasite are Entamoeba histolytica, which can cause amoebic dysentery, Plasmodium, which can cause malaria. These are some example of pathogenic parasite. It can cause disease to its host. Opportunistic parasite. Opportunistic means an organism that causes disease only when its immune system is weakened. Okay. When host immune system is weakened, these parasites are cause disease. This is called opportunistic parasite. Okay. Commensals or non-pathogenic parasite. These parasites may not cause disease. This parasite may not cause disease to its host. Some example of non-pathogenic parasite are E. coli. This E. coli present in our gut, in human gut. Okay. In human being, E. coli are present in human gut, but it may not cause disease. Okay, it is commensal parasite. It is not cause disease to human. Okay, some ticks and fleas are present in dog. So these are not cause disease to its host. Okay. Thirdly, you can see host specificity. Host specificity means some parasite are host range between these. Host specific parasite means these parasites that can only affect or infect a limited ranges of host species. Okay, it can affect a limited ranges of host species. This parasite is called host specific parasite. These parasites are not affect all the species of their host. Okay, it is not affecting all the species. It affect a particular species. Okay, some example of host specific parasite are like virus. Some virus affect only human, not other plant. Okay, and another example is Plasmodium yolli, YOELLI, Plasmodium yolli. This Plasmodium is affect only mice. Okay, not human, but other Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum, These Plasmodium are affect to human, but Plasmodium yearly are not affect to human. It affect only mice. Okay, so it is called host specific parasite. Okay, these parasites are not affecting all the species. It affect a particular species. So it is called host specific. Non-host means it is affect all the species. This is called non-host species. Okay, we can read the host specific means 1 minute. The host ranges of this parasite is confined. The parasites are limited to their one species and host close to related of the species. Plasmodium vivax. Okay. Non-host means the host ranges of this parasite is very large. Many hosts are affected by the non-host species. Okay.